Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, PlayStation's actually kind of making things right. Now, as you guys probably know, it's been the talk of the town, especially if you own a PlayStation, have a Twitter, have a YouTube, have pretty much any type of social media known to man. The PlayStation Network was completely shut down as of yesterday. It was gonzo, it was a lot of issues, people were having issues even playing games the first time, connecting to their consoles, and now it's the multiplayer online gaming, and there was a lot of controversy on it. Like, I made a video yesterday, I'm sure you guys saw, and if you guys subscribed from that one, thank you guys all so much, and thank you for all the new subscribers as always. But when it comes to this, we've been kind of having a little bit of issues with it. A lot of folks are still kind of upset on PlayStation that they were very, well, not transparent. They didn't explain what was going on. People were worried about the old school data breach issues, because if you guys forgot, a while ago, PlayStation had a bajillion amount of folks of their data completely stolen, and well, people are just concerned about what happened. Like, what caused it? Was it like DDoSing attacks? Was it something nefarious? Was there issues? Was there integrations? And what can PlayStation do in the future to prevent that? But all things aside, because I do agree that is a little bit of a rough situation to be in, like especially if you have a multi-billion-dollar company, having all of that on out, it's a struggle nonetheless, and I'm sure some people are probably getting fired, but either way, they are trying their best to go and make right. So we're going to talk about that, talk about some intriguing things from the whole situation, and of course, cover even a little bit more outrage that people had throughout this. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Check out the second YouTube account down below to be active very soon. We have the two Twitter accounts as well. Follow both of those if you guys are active Twitter users, and of course, come and hang out on the Twitch account. That's also linked down below, and of course, let's dive on into it. So if you guys have missed the news, well, basically, PlayStation is trying their best to make everything right. So we've been hearing the news and see the news over here when it comes to this stuff, and sorry, apparently my little middle monitor is gone. There you go. Saying that Sony gives back to players after nearly a 24-hour outage for the PlayStation Network. And this is the intriguing thing. Saying after a nearly 24-hour outage that caused the PlayStation Network to be entirely unusable, Sony is now offering a free gift to users, but it comes with a bit of a catch. The outage that caused all online services to go offline still has yet to be explained by Sony, but given the downtime, they felt as though the users deserved a gift as an apology. So I just want to say, although a lot of people are critiquing PlayStation and kind of, I would say nitpicking a little bit, but of course, that's just what people are doing, and I would understand. We saw a lot of people that were complaining that they finally had a chance to go maybe check out Kingdom Come Deliverance. A lot of folks were also complaining, and this is a side topic, but it's very true, that, well, a lot of these games that PlayStation these past few months have been pushing, past few years, are live service games. Think games like, kind of in all honesty, Marvel Rivals, things like Fortnite, things like Destiny 2, especially because they bought it, things like Helldivers. These are all multiplayer gaming experiences that involve the player to have to be online. And of course, there's also the second part of that, where some certain games, for God knows why, require always online or status updates. So think games like where you launch the game and for whatever God knows reason, you launch it and it's like, we have to check your internet connection to make sure you're okay, for whatever reason. It's stupid. It's dumb. I've never liked that. I remember like SimCity back like 15 years ago. That was a big controversy because it was a 100% always online. And especially back then, that was really stupid because like 15 years ago, the internet was not as stable, as well integrated in society as it is today. And I still have internet issues. On occasion, my Twitch streams will still be broken, which is why I'm always scared to stream on YouTube, because I think whenever your stream breaks on YouTube, it gets messed up. Although a lot of people have always asked me to stream on YouTube, and I feel like I probably should starting as of this year. But regardless, like, people don't like that. People are mad about it, and people had a lot of, well, issues when it comes to gaming. And well, PlayStation did try to make it right. Like, I'm going to go and say this, I'm kind of okay with this. I think in my mind, they are forgiven, but I would really like to see them shape up a little bit more when it comes to the state of play. I'd want to see more information on it for the future of their games. I'd want to see more information on that. For issues like this, like outages, I'd want to see more information on it. And of course, as well, I just want to see transparency. Like, is my data safe? Most likely is, but well, what happened? What's going to prevent this from happening in the future is a very popular mindset that a lot of people online are saying, and I do agree with it. It's not the end of the world. I'm not canceling my PlayStation Plus, although some people have, but like, I just want to know. Anyway, saying network services have fully recovered from an operational issue. That's what they said, but like, what is operational? It's literally everything is operating. Me recording this YouTube video is me operating somehow, if you want to do lawyer terms. Me walking upstairs to do laundry is me operating my thing too as well. So, yeah, struggles and pains as I go and see this. But either way, they are saying for this one, all PlayStation Plus members will automatically receive an additional 5 days of service. So it is a win. If you're a PlayStation Plus user for that 20 hours or so that we had out as of yesterday, you are getting a bonus 5 days. But once again, even with that being kind of a cool thing, they don't have to give it to us for free. They don't have to worry about things at all. And like, that's fine. Like, I like this. This is a win. I'm not going to go and judge them too heavily, but just for the sake of the overall media, people are kind of upset about this still. I mean, people are always upset about everything. Let's be completely fully honest too as well. But like, yeah, people are concerned because once again, going back to the whole idea of like how it works and all this vibe is, it's like, I'm glad I canceled my subscription. It used to be max $60 a year for that low tier. Now it costs over $100 when we get dead games like Suicide Squad. My memory always was on full on game saves, so I cannot upload to the cloud saves too as well. Steam is free, my saves are always back. Basically saying like Steam, the PC version, is a comparable product. And they say, what do they mean by 5 extra days? And this is where people were kind of complaining about, like, you know, the communications on PlayStation, because it's cool. Like, I mean, like, I like it, I like that it did it, but it's a good point. Like, if you have an auto, like, these are small things. Like, don't worry, I know, and I'm acknowledging I'm kind of harping for no reason, but these are things that people are curious on. Like, what do they mean by 5 extra days? If you pay for the entire year, will it just expand out your expansion for another 5 days? So let's say you're usually charged on the 1st, and then now you're getting charged on the 6th next year. I mean, this is very small. I mean, it just is a double check. I'm one of those people I would double check, but I also understand too as well that some people maybe set it and forget it, or they have all their bills usually set on, like, say, like the 13th, they get paid on the 15th, and they always have their money all in their account. So if that kind of throws everything for a loop, it can kind of make things weird. Now, is it a big deal at the end of the day? No, but like, look, people has this is over 200 favorites and 60,000 views. Basically, they're saying, like, is it just going to decrease the price? Are you going to get a little bit extra money for it? Like, what's going on with it? Some people are saying maybe a month wouldn't have been more appropriate to as well, the build brand trust too as well, and they're saying 5 days is laughable. Once again, I do want to say this on my own accord, I don't think I mind. Like, I'm okay with it. Like, 5 days, this is bonus, but an outage just suck, especially on the weekend too as well. I mean, if you think about it, some people only play video games on the weekend. Now, I'm not trying to be a hater on PlayStation. It's not the biggest deal. That's really not what I'm talking about. Just kind of yapping to talk about the subject. Kind of curious to see what people go and say, because I think this is a win. The big thing about this one, I think this is a win. So good stuff on PlayStation for doing this. I'm going to round up to this is good. So you want to give me your thoughts and comments down below, feel free to, because like I mentioned, some folks out there, well, wanted more, maybe wanted a month. Some people want a full year free. And of course, if I could scheme it to get a full free year, dude, as well, I do not mind. Do not mind. But anyway, so this is kind of just a big thing. Like, a lot of people talk about this on the social media side. We're seeing things on like Forbes talk about the compensation to it as well. And like, it was good, but apparently saying it wasn't a hack. Thankfully too as well, and as I mentioned though, they haven't given a good detailed explanation, and that I think is where people want. Like, they want to have more outside details. They want to know what's going on. They want to see this type of stuff too as well. Now, one kind of last interesting thought before we kind of finish up the subject is that apparently the PlayStation Network was actually accounting for 3 to 4% of the internet traffic. That is crazy. So of all the things out there when it comes to the internet as a whole, people playing games, downloading games, multiplayer servers like Marvel Rivals or all these other various games out there, this is what the internet was. It was very, very cool to go and see this. And obviously, it's also sad because, well, 3 or 4% of the internet traffic was gone as it was out for that full entire day. But, well, either way, that's crazy to see. But one last little thing to note too as well. We have been seeing some big major game companies, and most notably Monster Hunter Wilds, which has been running its current beta this weekend, which if you guys haven't checked it out, it's a phenomenal game. I know a lot of Monster Hunter creators, and they're all going to be doing fantastic whenever Wilds comes on out. But some of those things, like for that, it did kind of mess with a lot of issues which some people are also upset about. And that, I think, maybe is like a bigger picture, and maybe I should have mentioned this earlier in the video, because, you know, sometimes people get the gist and they move on, but that's a big thing. So Monster Hunter Wilds actually lost like a full day of their entire beta, and also if you had to download it too as well, it's a somewhat bigger download, nothing big, but like 20 gigs or so if you have bad internet. And so people are upset about that too as well. Like, some people are mainly for Monster Hunter, they only play that game, or they are really excited for it. So it's an intriguing thing to know. Now they did go and say they're going to do another update beta probably before the game comes out, but the game comes out in like 3 weeks anyway, so it's kind of like a weird, like, some of those small issues have issues, or things like Marvel Rivals, these big game companies, they didn't know what was going on. Like, PlayStation wasn't talking to them, they didn't really know what was happening. They just had to basically go and cross their fingers and have a bunch of outraged users on like Twitters or on YouTube comments or wherever people complain nowadays, and it was just a struggle nonetheless. So all these other bigger companies too are probably not happy with this PlayStation outage, but I do think 5 days for free for everyone else out there, I think that's a win regardless. So I want to know your thoughts and comments. Were you mad? Were you upset? Is it a non-issue for you? Would love to hear all of your thoughts and critiques down below. And at least PlayStation try to go do something out there, and and that is a win nonetheless in my mind. So I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Please make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on here on our second account. These are all linked down below with all the Twitters and Twitches. We'll love you guys there. And also let me know who you guys think is going to win the Super Bowl today. Hope you guys all enjoy it. I appreciate y'all for watching.